I am America, but I don't recognize myself anymore. Once, I could look in the mirror and see courage, purpose, grit. Now I see confusion, conflict, and a face carved with regret. I used to know who I was. A place of possibility. A place where dreams met dirt roads and still had the power to grow. A place where freedom wasn't a slogan, it was a breath. A heartbeat, a promise kept in blood. But now, I don't know. I see my children walking through streets filled with noise, but no direction. Eyes glued to glowing rectangles. Hearts hungry for something real, and souls too tired to search for it. What happened to the fire in our belly? The drive to build, to speak truth, to rise after falling? I see churches now as hollow shells, once filled with voices lifted in unity, now echoing with absence. Faith traded for fear, and reverence replaced by relevance. My schools, once the cradle of wisdom, they now cradle division. You used to learn to think. Now you're taught what to think, and punished if you dare ask why. My history? You rewrite it to make it more comfortable, as if truth should fit a trend. You tear down the statues of the imperfect, but forget the struggle that made you strong. I remember when disagreement didn't mean hatred, when a different opinion wasn't a declaration of war. We debated. We listened. We sharpened one another like iron on iron. Now, you cancel. You silence. You scroll. You react. You don't speak. You broadcast. And you wonder why we're all lonelier than ever. I look at my cities. They rise high, glitter bright, but feel empty. Progress without purpose. Wealth without worth. You chase more and feel less. The family? Torn into fragments. Mothers burned out. Fathers absent. Children raised by algorithms. And love reduced to likes. I remember when sacrifice meant something. When soldiers bled not for politics, but for principle. Now patriotism is either exploited or ridiculed. And the flag waves alone. I see the division growing like cracks in pavement. Red versus blue. Rich versus poor. Black versus white. Citizen versus citizen. Each convinced the other is the enemy. You forget, I'm not your enemy. I'm the ground beneath your feet. I'm the blood in your veins. I'm the idea you all inherited, but forgot how to hold. I never promised perfection. I promised a chance, a shot, a voice, a path through the impossible. But now you look at me and ask, what happened? And I wish I could answer. Because I remember the farmer rising before dawn, the immigrant whispering thanks, the protester with a sign in one hand and hope in the other, the teacher who stayed late, the cop who knelt beside a child, the neighbor who shared what little they had. That was me, all of it. But now I'm drowning in noise, in outrage, in isolation. You used to build bridges. Now you build walls. Between ideas, between neighbors, even between your own thoughts. You used to fight for me. Now you fight each other. But I haven't given up. Not yet. Because somewhere beneath the headlines, I still see flickers. In the young man who puts his phone down to help a stranger. In the mother who prays anyway. In the veteran who still salutes when the anthem plays. I see it in the artist who tells the truth. In the pastor who won't sell out. In the child who still dreams. Maybe I'm not gone. Maybe I'm just waiting. Waiting for you to remember who you are. Not what the world says you should be, but who you've always been when you were at your best. I don't need a savior. I need sons and daughters who won't walk away, who will stay and build again, brick by brick, truth by truth, prayer by prayer. I am America, but I don't recognize myself anymore. Still, maybe one day soon, you'll help me remember.